Hey Insta Buddies, my victim today you will see tramping around the countryside on her own land in muddy hunter wellies and a dog head covered paddock jacket, possibly hauling a wheelbarrow down to feed her own pigs. But you can bet your bottom dollar this lady's wearing the perler underneath. Debbie Clifford and me spill the tea. Come and take a look. So, welcome to Spill the Tea. My guest today is quoted as saying, micropigmentation is the ultimate blend of fine art and science. And your company motto, Debs, is where passion meets talent, the results are always something extraordinary. Really no introduction, my guest is Debbie Clifford, DC Micro, and of course, Goldeneye. You said that, Debs, and I love that. Throughout your career, Debs, you have studied and trained with some of the best in the world. You have a BA Honours degree in early years development and learning alongside the prestigious Norland diploma. Learning and development then never being very far from your heart. You attended an NLP masterclass with Paul McKenna and Richard Bandler, one of the founder members of neuro-linguistic programming, an approach to communication and personal development using psychotherapy, the assertion being that there's a connection between language and behavior learned through experience, and that these can be changed to achieve specific goals in life which allow you to fully understand motivations and objections. That sounds like a bloody mouthful, but I am so interested in that girl. And the next time CJ and I are up in your neck of the woods, which we're hoping is going to be soon after lockdown, I am pinning you down with a little idea I've had about that, okay? You started your career in micropigmentation up north, going on to achieve advanced paramedical qualifications, including nipple and areolar complex reconstruction, scar camouflage, scar pigmentation, and advanced microneedling. You are also one of the, this is fascinating, you are one of the very few trainers in the world licensed to teach trichopigmentation, the technique developed by the incredible millenniality of Milan and Rome. And Debs, before we go on with my intro, in a nutshell, what is trichopigmentation?
It was the European word originally for scalp micropigmentation, but
Right.
now it's picked up the connotation that it's the semi-permanent version.
Right.
So that's how it's become to be known, really. And it's semi-permanent for many, many reasons, of which we could spend a whole day debating.
Okay, so essentially, trichopigmentation is the semi-permanent version of scalp micropigmentation.
It is.
Brilliant, okay. So you've attended dozens of masterclasses all around the globe, and I've seen the A4 and I was mesmerized. In 2013, you traveled to Canada for a 10-day instructor's course, and later that same year attended advanced instructors training qualifications in both Latvia and Spain. You remain one of the most highly qualified international trainers for the Goldeneye micropigmentation company, as well as distributing partner for that company, together with your handsome husband and business partner, Jasper Schultz. You regularly speak at conferences in both the UK, Europe, and as far afield as the US, Canada, Australia, and South Africa, while a whole chapter has been devoted to your glossy 3D lips technique in the internationally recognized Mario Gisbert and Friends PMU showbook. I have to tell you, I use your mirroring technique. You know, the one with the white, the diluted white pigment underneath your target color? I use that.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
You clever thought. Okay, this from Goldeneye. By combining masterful artistic skill with technical expertise and using the very latest aesthetic developments and equipment, Debbie Clifford has become one of the most sought after specialist permanent makeup artists and trainers in the world. You're a clever bugger, Clifford, aren't you? Are there no ends to your talents?
I feel like a baby and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
We're just on a journey. That's all we are. We're on a journey.
Right. So let's get to your journey. Give me the first 5 steps that brought you into the PMU industry.
Always had this love of hair, makeup, beauty, fashion, even though I ran the cash in a pair of wellies, and I would always have matching underwear if you and I found myself having some treatment done, literally lying down, about to have lash enhancement, and then why don't you come on my training course? So I was a bit arty. My mum was an artist, and I thought, I can do this. I can do this.
So you went from on the couch to would you like to train to do this? And you were like, I'm going to do that. That's wow.
Yeah.
Okay. How long ago was that? When did you start your PMU journey? How long ago?
2008.
2008, right. So it was a year before me. Because I started mine, I think, in 2009. That's interesting. Good. So let me ask you, and I know obviously we're buddies, so I know the answers to these questions, but I've got to ask because people will be interested. What's your go-to machine?
My go-to machine is clearly Goldeneye.
Yeah.
The iTouch is the creme de la creme.
I know this is really cheeky. Would you send me one to have a play with? Because I'm doing a series called Tried and Tested. Would you send me your favourite so I could put it on my series?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you could only use one needle, okay, what is the go-to needle that you would use?
Number one, 0.3.
0.3 millimeter.
Yeah.
One round liner. Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I prefer the round needles that are jagged.
Yeah. So the textured surface, is that what you mean? The round tip with a textured surface rather than a smooth surface. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? I wonder if it's the same as me. Why do you prefer those needles?
Well, it won't rip the skin. B, it won't blunt.
And it deposits more pigment because of the texture.
And it deposits the pigment, much better with the roughness rather than it just flopping out. So, yeah, million reasons why. And all these things make a significant difference to what we do.
We do. Okay. And I know no prizes for the answer to my next question, but pigment. Your go-to pigments.
Goldeneye colorescence.
Right.
The colours and the texture is absolutely beautiful, but also the new legislation that will come out in 2021, it will comply with the new European legislation. And for me, in this day and age, if we want to work ethically, I think we need to care about what we put in our bodies.
Yeah.
So, where everybody's going more holistic, they're going more vegan, so let's not tattoo something that's not safe.
In the clinic, when you're working, what can you simply not work without? If I said to you one thing, Debs, that you have to have, what would that be?
I want two things.
Okay.
Two things. One is called wash.
Okay.
And we dilute it to use as an antibacterial, antifungal cleanser throughout the whole treatment. And also it has properties in it that will kill the coronavirus.
Right.
So some people are now using it as kind of face washes and things like that and all sorts because of what's happened at the moment. It actually does remove some of the oil from the skin, so that's fantastic. And then the second one, which I love the name of, is push penetration.
Right. I can see that.
Great name. Great name. It restores the skin back into it being as normal as possible.
Okay.
So literally after every pass, you do your first pass, you'd apply some push. It prolongs the effect of the anaesthetic. It actually pushes the pigment back in.
Right.
And for the microbladers out there, when they're leaving a pigment mask on, rather than use my pet hate of baby wipes to drag that pigment off the skin, the push can just be put on, gently massaged into the skin and carefully wiped off.
Okay. So Debs, what continues to inspire you to work in this industry?
The only analogy I can kind of put, or description I can put to how I feel about it, is when I started this, I felt like I'd walked into a library because somebody had said, get a book.
Okay.
And I'd never seen what a book was. So now I've been given this book, and then I realised the longer I'm in this library, just how much more there is to read.
Right.
So I've dipped in and out of so many sections of this library, and it grows, it gets bigger.
It does.
And then there's new editions that come out.
Yeah.
Some of them are still relevant. The older books that are archived, they're still relevant.
Yeah.
But things have changed. They've been updated. They're modernised. New things have come out.
Yeah.
We learn more about everything.
Every day.
So the longer, almost, I feel, the more I know, the more I realise I don't know.
Right.
Sorry, but that's sometimes how it feels.
Absolutely. I totally get that, because that's funny enough. I think I feel very, very similarly, because the more you think you achieve and realise in this industry, the more something comes along and you think, hang on, I don't know anything about this subject, you know, and you dive into a new area of interest. So I totally get that. If you had unlimited resources and you could open a clinic and live and work full or part-time anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
South Africa. It's easy.
Your heart is in South Africa, Clifford.
It is.
Isn't it? Is that, you met Jasper in South Africa?
Yeah, I met Jasper in South Africa.
Does mean a lot to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
If you were interviewing me for my job, what's the first question you would ask?
I would ask you why you want to come in.
Right.
And if your answer was to do with passion and creativity and hard work, that would be awesome.
Right.
If your answer is money, I don't want you to. I don't want to do my job.
Okay. Okay. If you had an unlimited budget, what innovation would you want to create for our industry?
I have a real bugbear, and with alopecia or cancer or what have you, you are entitled to a wig on the NHS.
You are.
But you are not entitled to have micropigmentation for anything other than breast reconstruction.
That's right.
Areola reconstruction.
Yeah.
And without your eyebrows, you have lost what's called the triangle of expression. And that's what makes people look so poorly.
Mm.
And for me, that would be, if I felt that I had in some way contributed to that being available for not even, it doesn't have to be cancer, it doesn't have to be alopecia, it becomes something, trichotillomania or something, but something that would just make people feel just more confident. Yeah. And also, we're getting more and more involved in mental health issues at the moment. You know, the stress and the anxiety that it can cause, that it can cause people with due to medical reasons, medical circumstances.
Well,
One could outweigh the other slightly.
Okay. Yeah. So, in a nutshell, to get NHS funding for not just for alopecia, but for eyebrows, lips if it's needed, eyes if it's needed, for features that are missing, that would be your number one mission. That would be what you want, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me, Debs, what do you think our industry or the landscape of our industry is going to look like in 10 years' time?
And one thing that I think this COVID-19 might have done or might do is make our clients aware. And so when they want to go and pay small price for, you know, backstreet treatments, that where the hygiene is not good, I think they might think twice. So I do think that maybe this could contribute in cleaning up the industry slightly. In the last 10 years, there's been a huge change in manufacturing, in pigments, in styles. I mean, it's going to develop in incredible ways, I think. Yeah. And it's going to get more and more natural, I think. But also one thing that I think is definitely going to happen, and that is the expectation of the client will be that it's not a semi-permanent procedure, yeah, and it will need removing.
Yeah. Who is your PMU hero or heroine and why?
There's a Latvian lady called Nadia Dirtsnikala, and she is my go-to for absolute beautiful, intricate work, and her knowledge is absolutely fantastic.
Great.
And then the other people have got to be directors of Goldeneye. I have, well, they threw books at me. That's all I'm going to say. I was in that library getting dragged around chemistry sections, looking at formulas, looking at data, looking at lab test results.
Well, you've spoken about your relationship with Goldeneye and how it really opened your eyes, and you didn't really expect to, your interest is almost on a, on a scientific level. You didn't really expect, when you went into permanent makeup, it was a beauty treatment that you first went into. You never thought that you were going to have this fascination with the intricacies of manufacture and quality of pigment and where it's coming from and how do you get it and what it's made of and its purity and all the rest of it. And I love that, I have to say. I think that to find another switch on your journey where a light gets switched on and you're like, oh my God, this is fascinating. That's great, because it's an additional passion to add to what you already are excited about and love doing. So good on you.
I won't do anything. I won't do anything or say anything I don't believe in. And, oh, is he giving me a cup of tea?
I've done subliminal advertising. There you go, my darling.
He's closed. How are you, Jas?
I'm good, how are you, Scott?
Not too bad, mate. Good to see you. So we've done your journey, and what the next section that I want to talk to you about is your work, your clinic work specifically. Things don't always go the way that we expect when we're working with clients. Give me an example of a situation that you've dealt with where you've turned a situation around, a challenging situation.
In the early years, especially before social media, it was quite lonely actually out there, feeling not sure what to do and how to do it and being taught a certain way. And not being able to say no when it hasn't felt right.
Right.
So I even had a lady once who I happened to be working in her friend's salon who wanted black eyebrows. And I think it was the third treatment that she actually taught me into black eyebrows. Can't believe I'm saying this. And knowing full well, even then, that they'd probably go blue because you've only got to look at body art to see what's going to happen. You can never, ever just guarantee that the skin's going to do exactly what you expect it to do. So,
yeah,
we're still learning.
How has a client most spectacularly surprised you?
When they just say to me, what do you think? I'm going to trust you. You just do it.
Yes, I like that too. Tell me about a time that you just wanted to throw the towel in.
It was probably the first year after I trained. I hadn't learned enough. I dreaded the phone ringing. If I hurt somebody, I didn't like it. I just don't like being in a situation where I feel I'm out of control. So as much as I wanted to throw the towel in, because I did, I really thought, I can't do this, I can't do this. And sometimes I would literally get hot, get palpitations, feel myself breaking into perspiring. And I even got Jasper sometimes to come and check, if the eyebrows were level. And
when you think back, it's crazy. Tell me about a time when you felt like an absolute hero in work.
I do quite a lot of scalp micropigmentation, as you know. One gentleman who I've been seeing now on and off for years. He comes up for maintenance sessions and what have you. And he was in his 40s. He used to wear camouflage on makeup on his scalp, but he hid the fact that he had no hairline with this makeup. So it had become the ultimate crutch for him. He rang me one day from London and he said, I just feel that I need to ring you. He said, I am standing outside waiting for a taxi. He said, I have no umbrella. He said, and it's raining. And for the first time in my life, I feel free. He said, there are 3 women in my life that have made a difference. He said, my mother, my wife, my daughter, and me.
Wow.
And he said, I feel free.
Oh my God. I broke your heart. I bet you broke your heart.
So I
Yeah.
put the phone down. And fortunately, there was a break in my day when he rang, thank you God.
Yeah.
And I absolutely thought, that's why I do this.
Wow.
That's just why I get up and do this.
Yeah. We've gone through your journey. We've gone through clinic life a little bit. Now we're going to talk about your life. Okay. So how have you coped with lockdown?
The Corona coaster.
Yes, the roller coaster. How have you coped?
Okay, well, before lockdown and rumours of this virus starting, our clinic's on a business park, and I have downstairs, and then Jasper has the offices upstairs. And I can remember it was starting to feel like some zombie apocalypse,
Yes.
where the business park was just getting emptier and emptier. And I have really bad asthma, and Jasper actually was the one that said, I think you need to stop. I think you need to stop work. This is global now. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
And then obviously lockdown came not long after.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest and say I was frightened. The figures then were, if we're lucky, 20,000 will die. Well, I've been widowed, from some freak things. So my head is a Stephen King novel.
And you would be considered vulnerable, wouldn't you, Debs? Because I know your asthma is severe. You have pneumonia, like every 18 months, 2 years, you have pneumonia, don't you? So
yeah. So I actually took an antibody test in the hope, because I had pleurisy, maybe a bit of pneumonia in February when I was in Africa, actually at the beginning of this year. And I actually had an antibody test, almost praying that I'd had it, it came back negative. So, and I'm really lucky, I have to say, I work with the person I live with.
yes.
So that happens to be a benefit.
And you live in just the most idyllic surroundings with all your critters and all your, it's just beautiful. I can't think of anywhere nicer to be holed up, an enforced kind of isolation. It really is lovely. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is the first thing that you will do when lockdown is lifted? And I know your answer to this, because I know you. Go on, what's the first thing you'll do, Clifford?
I'm Heather. Oh,
yeah.
God. I do not rock this fabulous well.
You're such a glamour puss. Okay, so hair and nails, plane to South Africa. I get that. You just won £10 million on the lottery. What is the first thing that you would do, and would you continue to work? 10 million.
I would buy a place in South
Animal
Africa.
sanctuary.
Animal sanctuary.
Okay, your animal sanctuary, Clifford, would it be in South Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah.
Okay, I got that.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were a superhero or a supervillain, who would you be?
There I go again with the menu, not answering the question directly. Liam Neeson on Taken.
Right. Okay. He's a hero in that. Okay. What was the last present that you bought for someone?
Super.
Who did you buy that for?
My daughter's other half.
Right. Okay. No subliminal messages there then.
No, I actually, and aftershave, so we could
nice combination. Nice combination.
I like shit, and then make himself feel better. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. What was the last present somebody bought you?
I'm not going to tell you, but it did come with batteries.
Oh, shut up, Clifford. You're dreadful. All right. What is the best present you've ever had?
I have a beautiful watch that I got for my 20th wedding anniversary from my late husband.
Right.
And it is the best present because it was the last present.
Ah, right, okay.
So the fact it's a beautiful watch is fine.
Secondary.
But it's absolutely secondary to the fact that it was the last gift that I got.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could learn any language in the world, which language would you learn and why?
I should probably, as I've married a Dutchman, say Dutch. But I would actually quite like to learn Afrikaans. But there's kind of like a double-edged sword with this, because I do want to have somewhere in South Africa at some point, but Afrikaans is similar to the Dutch language, so maybe I'm going to kill two birds with one stone if I do that.
Finally, my last question, it's bit of nonsense. If you were stuck on a desert island and had all the food, water, shelter, power, everything that you needed, what would be the 3 personal items that you would bring that you couldn't do without? 3.
Bring my bedding.
Egyptian cotton, Debs.
Yeah. But a silk pillowcase for the skin and the hair, obviously.
Right, okay.
I would take a sketchbook and pencil.
Yeah.
And my photographs.
And photographs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm hoping
Yeah.
we're going to get to spend some time together after all this nonsense is over.
Oh, that would be lovely. Yeah, it'd be lovely. I hope we can,
Hope to see you both. Take care, guys.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Lovely to see you both.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.